What is going on, everyone? This is Central Virginia EAS here. So, Cool Domino asked me if I can make a video on how to program this thing. So, we're going to do that. So there's actually not really a lot to program, except here's the thing I would recommend programming. It would be the tone of duration A and B, because that's what that's the length of tone A and tone B. So, here's how we program. So, for some reason, this might be a glitch, but if I press 7 and 9 together, it takes me to the programming menu. I think it said in the manual that you're supposed to actually unplug the units and then press P, and then it should go. But I found out this also does it too. And actually access the programming menu, press 1, page. So, here is number 1. This is parameter 1. And yes, I'm actually looking at the manual right now because I don't know which parameters are whatever, but whatever. So parameter 1 allows you to program the automatic page feature. So what we do is we press, well, we gotta go back now. So what we do is we press 0 or 1. Pressing 1 will allow us to have automatic paging. So I already have automatic paging on, so I'm gonna press 514. I'm gonna say 514. This is a weird key. I think it's kind of obvious. If you press any code, it will automatically start the page. But if we turn that to 0, and we press cancel to go back to our paging thing, and I press 1, 2, 8, it's not going to go through because automatic paging feature is off. So what we do is we press page, obviously the page, and you'll hear the tones are here. I'll show you the wiring after the programming step through. Alright, so now I'm gonna keep the page on. I'm gonna keep automatic page on because I like it. So here's parameter 2. This programs the talk cycle. This programs if you want this when the relay is on. This microphone, so-called microphone, is actually hot. So if I press 1 and then I do a page, that will turn on and it will let you know when to start talking or whatever. But since I don't need that, I'm going to turn that to off. So you press 0 to turn it off, 1 to on. So now, number 3. This is the call capacity. There are 2 types of call capacities. There is 100 call and 1000 call. It may seem kind of confusing, but you'll know it. So, 100 call, if I press 0 for 100 call. Okay. So, it says it's going to show 3 digits. I forgot it has to show 3 digits. So 100 call allows you to do 2. That allows you to do 2 numbers. And I believe that's all from a selected talk. That's also from a selected tone group. In order to actually have 100 call, you need to select a tone group. So, since I'm not a fan of 100 call, I'm going to turn that off because I like 1000 call. 1000 call is default, I think. You get 3 numbers. I like 100 call better because, first of all, you select your tone group. You can do, it's basically universal. You have your tone group and then your 2 tone you have your numbers of the tones instead of like a already prepared tone, something like that. Alright, now we have parameter number 4. Now this programs the alert tone. This is my favorite part, okay? Now, no one's actually really heard the PE-1000 alert tones, and yes, this does have the alert tones. Obviously, this is parameter 4. I guess I just slipped my words there on accident, I don't know. But yeah, this does have, obviously this has alert tones. So, in order to actually activate the alert tone, 0 would be no tone. We're going to do 1, that's 5 beeps. That's your usual 5 beeps, so we're going to press any number. We're just going to do 912. That's your alert tone. So that's alert tone number 1. There's 2 alert tones in here. Believe it or not, I'm actually trying to get myself a Zetron Model 25. Those things are very hard to find. They have 5 alert tones in the end. They can actually, you can like pre-program it to do other tones and whatever. It's really cool. All right, now let's get into number 2. So if I press 2, this is actually called warble, but I'm gonna call this high-low. Because, let's just put this right here for, instance. Alright, so now that's on that. Now let's do a tone. I've never heard that before. Okay. So yeah, that's an interesting alert tone. It reminds me of the Bail thing. Chirp. Whatever. Alright, so now let's get into parameter 5. Now this is your pre-transmit delay. What this does is it allows you to set a certain amount of time. For it to, in order to actually get the tones out. So it just waits that much time. It's actually in milliseconds. I don't know why I keep going to 7. I'm very sorry. So if I wanted a 1 second delay, I would hit 1000 page, and then you would get a 1 second delay. Or not. That is a 1 second delay. Let's do 2 second delay to make it seem so I can show it that it's there, more obvious it's there. Then that means we would do 2000. We're not doing that. I'm turning off the alert tone, by the way. But yeah, that's your pre-transmit delay. It just waits a certain time in order for it to actually key up your thing. But yeah, I'm actually trying to rush through this because I'm going to Martinsville here soon. But yeah, we're gonna leave it at default, which I believe is 1 second. All right, now oh, okay, we're moving to parameter 7. There's actually no parameter 6. I have no clue why. Don't ask me. I mean, yeah, just don't ask me. I have no clue why there's no parameter 6. But okay, this is parameter 7. This is code plan selection. I believe this is for the. I'm actually not gonna mess with this. This is for like a 100 call. It's also for 1000 call, I think. It's just like it's set to us like a certain tone code, something like that, like a different group of tones. Like instead of the default being whatever 00 being the default. Now, if I had this on 100 call, it would go to parameter 8. But since I don't have 100 call on, it skipped to 9. So number 9 is the duration of tone A. So since two tone is 100 second, 1 second of tone A, 3 seconds of tone B. You can customize it. So if I wanted to do plectron, I could do 750. This is all in milliseconds. And then the duration. This is a intertone delay. This is like the space. I'm not gonna mess with that yet. So if I'm doing for plectron, since plectron is 25 milliseconds, but yeah, we're gonna program that, and we'll go. That's plectron for you. Yep, that's some plectron. Alright, number 10, that is your tone space. Yeah, that's, after tone A, you're gonna get, there's actually an optional space. This is good for GE paging. I'm just gonna put 1 second in there to show you what it does. So yeah, GE would oh no. Okay. I'm having some of those weird issues with the keypad. I'm not sure if this is common, but I feel like it would be. Okay, yeah, so now that our issues are going away, then let's do a good 25 milliseconds. Tone, 0.25, something like that. Yeah, I haven't found out to do any of the higher frequencies, but yeah, that's all I can do for now. I know the Zestron Model 25 can do that. So yeah, we're going to put these back to the way I had it set up, which is 0 and 11. This is the duration of tone B, like I did a few seconds ago. Now we're just going to go on to number 12. Also, all of these are going to be in milliseconds, so if you want to do, like I showed before, you're going to, for 1 second, you're going to do 1000 instead of 1 by itself. It's all milliseconds. So yeah, here's number 12. This is the group call selection. This is your single tone. When you enter 3 numbers, there's 3 of the same numbers, or actually 2 of the same numbers for tone A and tone B. That will activate group call. Instead, if you have group call off, you'll have the diagonal tone, which is a tone that you'll get on tone A. I actually don't know what diagonal tone is, but I'm just going to assume it's an optional tone that you can have if you have group call off. But for demonstration purposes, we'll turn on group call. So press yes for group call. Now, if I press tones group 6 and I do 5-5, okay, so I forgot we need to go into parameter 13 in order to actually get group call. I forgot to set the duration of the group call tone. So let's see what we can do here. So you press 1 for yes, and it'll take you to 13. The default tone for group call is 8 seconds. Yeah, I had to look at file in order to see. You know what? Whatever. Let's just get into it. So we're gonna do 8,000. When we press program, it takes us to 3 spaces. Now with that, all the programming for the menu is done. I'm gonna show you all the other things. Okay, so now if I press 2, it will play this tone. So what this tone is for is to make sure that your transmitter is transmitting something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to make sure that your key up is good, something like that. Testing everything. And my transmitter is actually a Midland T61. I made this adapter with a AVP4. What's the word? Surveillance microphone. But yeah. So that's pretty much about it. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a tutorial on how to make this because this thing is a pain. This is a pain to make, I'll tell you that. But yeah. But yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment, and have a great day.